Hello, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Your name is?
Tanisha.
Tanisha, good to meet you. I'm Mr. Jimmerson. Pleased to meet you. All right. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that before I do anything, before you release any type of information to me, we have a consent form here, and I don't want to assume anything. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So you can actually look at this. This is simply letting you know that I am actually doing a assignment for Southern New Hampshire University in case management. In doing so, one of the requirements of the course is that I have to practice counseling skills with those who choose to volunteer, such as yourself, and we do thank you for doing that for us. I do appreciate your willingness to work with me concerning this particular assignment. Now, depending on the needs of this particular assignment, we're going to be doing some role playing concerning a problem or issue. And it doesn't really necessarily have to relate to you per se. Okay, and you understand that that's fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's some important things that we want to try to go over. Number one, confidentiality. Right, and you're familiar with the term confidentiality.
Yes.
So we're basically going to keep this amongst ourselves and the instructor whom I'm actually doing the instruction, the actual assignment for. That's okay with you? Okay. And as you can see, we're actually doing a recorded video, right? Once again, this is going no further than who is for myself and for the instructor.
Okay.
So anything you share with me will only be used for that particular purpose. That's fine with you?
Yes. That's
All right, good. As reported, as required by state law, I want you to understand this also that as required by this, a serious issue of harm to yourself or other people, indications of abusing or neglecting children or any other type of vulnerable adults. When you talk about in the context of what we're dealing with right now, this information is real life and not within the context of role play. All right. But at the same time, I just want you to understand that everything that we're doing in this particular assignment is simply on how I engage with you and make sure that you're comfortable in sharing the information that you share with me. Is that understood? Good, good. So, of course, I've already shared with you we're doing audio and visual, so this is actually going to be recorded. Once again, it's for presentation purposes.
okay.
Okay? All right. So you can actually look at anything else on here. I pretty much shared the main points of this. Any question that you have concerning that, you let me know. And after we have went through this, I'll print and sign my name. You're going to print and sign your name. And then we'll get started. Is that fine with you?
Yes. That's fine.
All right. So whenever you're ready to do so, here's my pen. And I like your shirt, by the way. What does that say?
Oh, thank you. It says cheer. This is my cheer team in high school.
And the name of the high school?
Richard C. Crane Medical Prep.
Really now?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter recently graduated from Crane. I think it was in the year of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so she's actually going to study veterinarian sciences. Can you believe that? That's awesome.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you so much. So, are you having any
I'm
plans?
sorry. What's today's date?
Today is 26, July 26. So, what are your plans after high school? If you're already out of high school.
Well, I'm already in college.
Okay.
So I plan to study biology.
Okay.
And so far it's going good. I'm in my second year, so
Good.
so far so good.
So, what makes you want to go into biology?
Biology is just like medical field. I'm going into the medical field.
Okay. So, after your studies in biology, where are you going to go after that?
Probably nursing school.
Nursing school?
Yeah.
Good. All right, let me print and sign my name. Oh, I'm sorry, it's actually July 26th.
Oh, July.
Yes.
Sorry.
There you go. Thank you so much. All right. So everything is in order. Ready to get started? All right. Thank you. So tell me, Miss Tanisha, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what brings you here with us today?
I'm kind of in a complicated situation, and I'm not sure what I should go forward in this situation. Recently, I've been in this relationship, and I've been in it for about 7 months.
7 months. Okay.
Um, that's like including the breaks for college and stuff, because I don't live in the same city that he does.
Okay. What city does he stay, if you don't mind?
Waukegan.
Waukegan. And it's a guy.
Yeah, it's a guy.
Okay. Same race.
Yeah, same race, African American.
Okay. How old is he?
He's the same age as me, 20.
20. Okay. And
Same
you're from
year. I'm from Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we've been in a relationship for a couple of months, and before finals, everyone was, getting ready for finals, and then after finals finished, people are happy that finals have finished. So
Okay.
we usually go to parties and stuff like that. So we were at this party, and there was alcohol at this party.
Okay.
So, yes. So we did drink, and I'm not sure, well, I'm definitely sure what happened, but I wanted to know whether or not I should report it as rape.
So you feel that you've been raped?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, with me being a male, are you comfortable in sharing the details of the incident?
I don't know how else to explain it. Like, we were drunk, and then we haven't done it before this situation, so it has been pressure beforehand.
So prior to this, there was no talks or pressures of having any type of sexual encounter. Okay. And this was before finals or after finals?
This was before finals, but this happened at an after final party.
Okay. And you said there could have been potential rape.
Yeah.
So, okay, go ahead.
I don't know if it was rape. Well, we were drunk, and I didn't really necessarily. I was resisting it at first, but it was the pressure, and I just gave in. But now that the more I think about it, I realized that it was wrong because I didn't want it at first. But then I was drunk, and it was like, it's whatever, I guess. He waited long enough, and whatever. But now, the more I think about it.
So, just so you know, and first of all, normally when I have sessions like this, I try to have a little snack with it. You want to have a little snack? I actually have some fruit snacks here if you're.
Oh,
yeah, here you go. They're like generic gushers. They actually have the juice.
Oh, gushers that have juice in it?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And you're not thirsty? You want anything to drink, or you okay?
I like some water.
Water. Give me 1 second. Rhoda. Yes, can you give us a glass of water for the client, please? Thank you. She's on the way. So as I was saying, seeing that I'm also a mandated reporter, if there's any type of harm being done in terms of rape or any type of illegal action, I'm actually mandated to report what's going on. Are you comfortable with me actually recording the events with the potential that it could lead to law enforcement being involved?
I'm okay with that.
You okay with that? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So you made mention of the fact that you both were possibly drunk. You mentioned that you resisted a little, because you really didn't want it. There wasn't no type of like struggle going on at the time.
No.
Okay. I heard you mention about the fact that there was somewhat a little resistance.
Yes.
So during that small time of resistance, what was actually happening? I mean, were you foot fighting? Were you pushing? Did you tell him stop?
It was more verbal. He didn't force anything on me.
Okay.
But, we did take a class before our freshman year,
Okay.
and we did have scenarios like this, and they did say verbal pressure is still potentially.
Saying no.
Yes.
Okay.
So it wasn't consensual at all.
Okay. So in the resistance, you told him no. Did you scream it, or did you just kind of like, oh, please stop? I mean, how did that encounter actually happen?
I was very I really wanted to say no, and I was not screaming it, but I really was persistent in saying no at first.
So you persisted. So you didn't say no just one time. There were multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times.
So after you said the multiple no's, I'm only assuming that you were both clothed at the time.
Yes.
Okay. So after the multiple no's, what happened after that?
After the multiple no's is he kept trying to take my clothes off, and yeah.
Okay, he takes clothes off. You say he attempted to take them off. So did he attempt, or did he actually take them off?
He did.
He did? Okay.
But at the same time, I did give in, so it was more of a pressure thing. I wasn't going to let myself get forcefully raped, so,
So, just to be safe of what's going on, multiple times you told him no.
Yeah.
At some point, he took your clothes off. You allowed him to, or he forced the clothes off?
I allowed him to.
You allowed him to. Okay. And why did you? And I'm not asking to say that you did anything wrong. What was the feeling or the emotion that you experienced as he was taking your clothes off?
It was the pressure. We have been dating for multiple months,
Okay.
and we did have these conversations before, and I wasn't comfortable at the time to do it before, but it was just multiple pressures, and I felt that like he was gonna leave, or it would have been the relationship would have been over, or things like that. So Am I speaking loud enough?
You speak up louder. Yes. Go ahead.
So usually in relationships, they if you're not sexual in a relationship, they go downhill. Things
Okay.
like that. So, and I can see it happening between us. Like, it was getting awkward between us. So I just gave in.
I heard you mention that the relationship could probably been over
Right.
had you not gave in.
Right.
Is that what you wanted?
No.
Did you want him to leave?
No.
Okay. Did he ever share with you that if you never offer any sexual relationship that he would potentially leave?
He didn't say that. It was just like, why am I waiting so long? Why people usually do it by now? It was stuff like that. He was implying that something was wrong with our relationship because there wasn't any sexuality.
Okay.
And I felt pressured by him in other relationships and friends and stuff.
You said that he implied that something was wrong with you all's relationship because
He implied it wasn't normal.
It wasn't normal
Yeah.
for you all.
Yeah, it wasn't normal in a relationship.
Okay. Is that to say that it wasn't safe for you two, or was this not? Let me rephrase that. Is this to say that it wasn't normal for you two, or it wasn't normal for him?
It wasn't normal in a relationship, like using relationships. They usually relationships happen like a couple of months, first date, 3 dates. Like there's a 3-date rule.
Really?
Or yeah, there's
Okay.
usually like 6 months is too long to wait.
Well, let me ask you, what is normal for you? Like, tell me your background in terms of how you feel about relationships and sexual relationships. I mean, what's your background? How you feel about that? Because I hear what you're saying concerning what's normal to him concerning you all's relationship. What about you?
I really don't care. I just wasn't comfortable with him at the time.
When you say you didn't care, what is it that you didn't care about?
I don't really have a timeline of when you should start being sexually active with your partner. However, I just didn't feel ready at the time. I was still, in my mind, trying to get to know him better.
Okay. Let's try to let me ask it in this way. On your end, you really don't have a timeline in terms of when sex takes place in a relationship. So it could be early in the relationship or further down the line. You mentioned about the 3-day thing. That's probably is that a
Like majority couples do.
okay?
I would say about average.
Yeah,
In a college setting, yes.
in a college setting.
Yeah.
Okay, so was that based on where you go to school? Where you go to school, by the way? I'm sorry, I meant to ask that earlier.
I go to USC.
UIC.
Yes.
Is that University
of Illinois at Chicago.
Oh, okay. Okay. And this is your second year?
Second year, yes.
Okay, so it's sophomore. It's sophomore. Good school, by the way. What made you choose UIC?
Well, I'm from Chicago, and that was the cheapest route.
I understand.
City and the same city.
Okay, that's good.
Good program.
Good. All right. So, let's kind of get back to um, the relationship with the guy. 7 months in, so at some point you do feel some type of comfort with him. Um, you made mention about the fact that finals is over, get a chance to relax and hang back a little bit, get to enjoy the fact that all the finals are done now. We're partying, we're having a good time. We're at this party. And, did this happen at the party?
No, we were on our way back home.
You want to go back home from the party?
Yes.
So it's back at your dorm, his dorm?
This was his dorm.
His dorm? Okay.
Because he was more drunk and I was assisting him back home.
Oh, okay. Okay. So seeing that he was, because you both were somewhat intoxicated, but you said he was probably more intoxicated. So what, he wasn't able to stand on his own or walk? Or, I mean, how were you able to get him from the party to the dorm?
He was able to walk, but I had to support him.
Okay. 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 Now, see, you're a beautiful young lady with a small frame. You know, now, was he a bigger guy? Was he about as light, or was he skinny? Or
He's about he's not that tall. He's
okay,
only about 5'8".
About 5'8". Okay,
He's
5'8", skinny, husky, heavy.
He's not that big. He's
okay,
eh.
About estimate.
Yeah, estimate of
his weight.
His weight?
Yeah,
only about 140.
140. Okay,
that's pretty skinny.
Okay, and you're about how tall?
I'm 5'2".
5'3". So you're a little shorter.
Yeah, a little shorter.
Okay, and you weigh about. No, I mean, you don't have to share that if you want to. You don't have to share that if you want to. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I understand. We just just trying to make light of the situation.
Trying to check my BMI.
Oh, your body mass index. All right. So you were assisting him to his dorm. So you get to his dorm. What happens once you all get to his dorm?
I assist him to his room, and of course, have to take off his shoes and stuff. Try to put him on the bed, and he was just drunk.
So when you all got to the house, you actually made it to his bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. So you got him to the bedroom. What happens once you get to the bedroom?
I am, like you said, I am smaller, so of course it's hard for me to assist him on the bed, and then I fell over, and then he just grabs on me, starts kissing on me, and then
Okay. So with him being intoxicated, you assist him to the room, and trying to get him to the room. His weight overcame you, right? And help me make sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, okay? He falls on you. Then that's when what happens?
The pressure started coming. I guess he got the wrong idea because we were in his room. I really can't. I don't know. I can't speak for him, but that's just where the kissing and the pressure and the taking off the clothes. I don't want to get into details, but yeah.
Okay. So kissing, clothes being removed. But at first you made mention of the fact that you did tell him.
Yeah.
Okay. And after the several no's, you just basically gave in. Okay. So with you giving him the several no's, and based on what you're sharing me, he did not stop. You didn't scream, or did you scream?
Well, I told him stop multiple times. I didn't scream no, because I thought he would listen. I shouldn't have to scream, but like I said, I gave in to the pressure. So
Have you shared this with anyone else beside me?
Hmm.
Have you shared this with anyone else beside myself? No. Any particular reason?
well, I was thinking to myself that nothing was wrong, and then a couple of days, I started to think, oh, I told him to stop, but he didn't really respect my decision or respect what I was saying, and I just felt more disgusted each day.
So from the time of the incident to now, how many days has that been, or weeks, or how long has that been?
It's been about 4 weeks.
4 weeks, so about a month.
Yeah, about a month.
So 4 weeks after that happened, what made you want to discuss it now?
Because it was assault in my opinion, and I don't think that should be, because I still feel pressured to this day to have sex with him, and then I'm still uncomfortable. And since that day, he feels like, oh, no means yes, like pressure her more, she'll give in. It hasn't stopped.
Did he share that with you?
Hmm?
Did he share that with you?
Sure what?
That no means yes.
No. But that's just every time I say no, like the pressure, it keeps happening.
So since then, have there been attempts to have sexual encounters since that night?
Like once more, that's enough.
Just once more after that?
Yeah.
So after that, when did that actually happen? After that night?
Like,
that he asked you to do it again?
how many days?
Was from that night that incident happened to him asking again? How long did that happen? What was the period of that time?
Probably 2 weeks.
2 weeks after that?
Yeah.
And when he wanted another encounter with you 2 weeks after that, what was your response?
It was basically the exact same as the first time. Like, no. And then I gave in again.
So you actually gave in again 2 weeks after the party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So the after party incident at his dorm, several times you told him no. He didn't listen. At that first encounter, did he physically abuse you?
No.
Okay. And the second time, which was 2 weeks after that, any physical abuse then?
No.
And both times after you told him no, you still gave in. Okay. How are you right now? I mean, emotionally, mentally, how are you feeling after this?
Mm, I feel like I have no say in our relationship. Like, um,
How is that so?
it's more. I believe it's more of a mental abuse
Hmm.
because even though it wasn't like forced rape, it's just the pressure and oh, you don't love me, you don't care about me, like that stuff. It makes me feel like I'm in the wrong. So, and I know the more I think about it, oh, I'm important, right? Too, like my say should be important as well. And then I feel like he doesn't really care about
So you feel in your relationship that you're just as important and what you have to say is just as important. Is it safe to say that you don't feel that he respects that?
that.
That's a good statement. Okay. So I'm thinking that there are um, organizations that can assist you with this. I'm going to take the information that you've given me and analyze it for a bit. Um, I'm not going to assume anything. Obviously, well, let me just ask in this way: do you still have feelings for him?
Yes.
You hesitating to ask, and that's the reason.
Mm. My respect for him has gone down a lot.
But you still have feelings for him. And do you want to maintain a relationship with him?
I don't think so.
So you're not. I mean, you is a possibility that you don't want to maintain a relationship with him, but you're really not sure. Is that safe to say?
Yes, that's it.
That's safe to say. Okay. Okay. Well, I can understand why you weren't sure as if this was rape or not. The fact that you refused and he continued to keep going, um, it was against your will. It was against your will. Nevertheless, um, there's help for you. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that you can get whole from this. Um, in terms of um, organizations or programs with people that have been in experiences such as yourself, would you be interested in being in a program such as that?
Mm, I'm not sure of how the program will help.
Okay. What are your reservations? And what could be preventing you from getting in such programs?
Well, mm,
Take your time.
I don't feel like I need counseling.
Okay.
I just want, like, not to say that I want him punished or anything, but I want to, I don't know, like, I don't know.
So you're not sure if you want to report the
Right.
incident? Okay. I understand. Okay. So with all that you shared with me, um, what do you want? What is it that you want?
Closure. Like, I wanted to see with myself whether or not it was rape, and if I did confirm it myself, I wanted to close it off and end it.
And how do you feel you want to receive that closure? How do you feel that's going to be achieved?
Just accepting it, because there's nothing I can really do about it at this point.
What makes you feel that there's nothing you can do about it?
I'm just trying to keep it in the past at this point. I don't really, you know.
So let me ask you this. Let's just say that you see him again and he wants another encounter. What does that look like?
I'm thinking about just ending the relationship.
And how do you think he'll take it?
I don't know how to take it. I don't really care. I don't know how to take it.
Okay. Within the 4 week span from the time that you had your two encounters, the one after the party and then 2 weeks after the fact. And I meant to ask you that second time, where did that incident take place?
It took place in my dorm.
Your dorm. And the second time that happened, how did that start off? Where were you in your dorm? What happened?
Like, what do you mean?
So how did it all start off?
We were just hanging out.
In your
That's
dorm?
it, yeah.
Okay. In your actual dorm?
Yeah.
Okay. You just hanging out, talking,
Right.
Watching TV. I'm just want to know what was actually happening at the time.
Right.
So what happened prior to? What was going on at that moment?
We were just hanging out in my room, watching TV.
Watching TV. And then what happened?
Like, it just happened like the last time. Like,
Were you both drunk then?
no.
So you both were fully aware
Yeah.
what was going on?
Yeah.
Okay. So this time, no alcohol. As far as you know, on your part, no alcohol. On his part, no alcohol. And you are you open to like the details about what actually happened? Did he force himself on you, or did you on him? What happened?
I mean, it's not that much different than the first time, like kissing and the pressure. Like it was all a mental like play. Like, oh, do you love me? Uh, Stuff like that.
He asked, "Did you love him?" Or
Yeah.
and what did you say when he asked you that?
I said I did, but um, sex doesn't value love. Like it doesn't determine the value of love.
And you shared that with him?
Yeah.
And during the
Yeah.
and what happened after you shared that with him?
He still pressured himself.
And you didn't like fight aggressive, or it was more or less verbal than physical that you told him no.
I pushed him a couple times.
And after that, how did you feel?
Worse than the first time.
Worse than the first time. In both of these incidents, you haven't shared with no one else. So after, and we're going to try to wind this up, after those first two times, well, after those only two times, leading up to now, what made you want to speak out about it now?
Because I thought to myself it was wrong. So I needed to decide whether or not to report it or try to figure out if it really was rape or if I'm going crazy over it has right this entire time. I just needed another opinion in my I just needed an opinion that I can trust, that this word wouldn't come out across campus.
I understand. Have you talked to any, where you say you haven't shared this with anyone?
Right.
Would you be open to talk to another female about this?
Yeah. If
So,
it was,
mhm.
yes, a faculty member or like that. What do you mean by another woman?
Well, someone that's basically in my position,
Yes,
where
yes.
they can actually talk to you and kind of counsel you throughout the process. Because I'm sure it's possible that other women have experienced this.
Mm-hmm.
College life is possible. And I want to make sure that you're comfortable talking with someone that can give you that counsel and give you that care necessary to help you maneuver from this experience. Um, and that's why I'm glad you're able to talk to me, because I didn't want to create a threatening environment. I want you to be able to be free to talk about what went on, things of that nature. But I also want you to know that there may be someone else that experienced this, such as yourself, without feeling judged or feeling threatened about what happened. Because there are people that can help you, right? Um, so are you open to talking with someone on campus that can help you maneuver through this experience?
Yes.
Okay. Is there someone on campus that we can get in contact with to help you in that process?
Are you asking me if somebody is there?
On on campus, yes. Like someone on staff or the faculty that deals with issues such as this.
Not that I know personally.
Okay. Okay. So since you say you're willing to, talk with someone, possibly a female, that can help you discuss issues such as this, like I said, we'll try to get in contact with someone that's actually on campus that can help you discreetly um, with the situation that you can be open to share this with. Um, I'm also willing to help you to see if there's any type of groups that can actually help you. And you say you didn't want any counseling, and I understand that, right? Um, but I also want you to be open to the fact that there may be someone that, once again, that has experienced this, that you can be in a setting where you feel comfortable in sharing this and getting the help that you need. Because no person, whether it's male or female, um, should feel forced to do anything. And you don't want to feel pressure. You don't want to feel that you don't matter, right? You want to be better after this, and that's my concern for you. I want you to get better after this. Um, are you open and meeting with me again?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll set something up again where we can come together, and hopefully we can make some progressive steps to help you find some closure with what's going on. Um, Hopefully I can hear some good news concerning the situation with you and him. What's that going to look like? Once again, we'll try to reach out to someone on campus that works with the faculty that can help you in matters such as this. Maybe your RA um, can help you with something like that can direct you to someone to help you. If you don't feel comfortable with an RA, then once again, I'm available. All right. I'll make sure that before you leave that you can get information on situations such as this concerning um, rape and what it entails, what it can do emotionally and mentally. We just want to make sure that we give you tools necessary to help you make that next progressive step. All right. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to get you scheduled to come back and meet again. And hopefully we can get you um, on a good track of being able to be free again. All right? All right. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Good,
Good
good.
start.
Anything else you would need from me?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, it was nice meeting you, Tanisha. Thank you for coming in. Feel free to call anytime. We're going to get you squared away with another appointment where we can talk, and we're going to try to work with some things where we can hook you up with the right people that can help navigate you, and we'll see how it goes from there, okay? All right. Good to meet you, and we'll talk again soon, okay? All right. Take care of yourself.